In this episode, we're diving deep into the intricate and profound emotions Imu holds for Queen Liliy and Princess Vivi, unveiling the hidden plot twists and secrets behind it. Imu harboring special feelings towards Queen Liliy and Princess Vivi indicates that he has some sort of agenda concerning them. Why does Imu, despite Queen Liliy being a traitor to the Celestial Dragons and a bearer of the D name, show interest in her? Moreover, what mysterious secrets and plans could be hidden behind Imu's expressing a desire for Princess Vivi and carefully preserving her photograph? This enigmatic topic has been sparking numerous discussions among enthusiastic fans. If this analysis brings you some new insight, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you have different perspectives or analysis, please share your opinions in the comments. Note that this video contains spoilers, so please be cautious. Now, let's dive right in. There's one more thing. I want Vivi. Imu. In episode 1086, Imu's final words and his acts of keeping Vivi's photos undestroyed speaks volumes. Moreover, Imu, who usually never shows himself to people, appeared in front of the King Cobra just to ask questions about Liliy. From this, we can infer that there may have been some special relationship between Imu and Nefertari Liliy, one of the original 20 royal families. So what kind of relationship was it? To jump to the conclusion, Imu had unrequited feelings towards Liliy. However, Liliy did not reciprocate and sided with Joy Boy instead. The evidence supporting this theory includes, firstly, the special attention towards Vivi and the foreshadowing she carries. Secondly, the appearance of Liliy and Vivi. Thirdly, the mistake Liliy made that day. Fourthly, the exchange between Imu and the King Cobra. Fifthly, the actions taken by Liliy. And sixthly, the etymology of the Nefertari family. So let's begin with the first piece of evidence, the special attention towards Vivi and the foreshadowing she carries. As highlighted earlier, Imu was seen tearing photos and stabbing his sword into pictures of Luffy, Blackbeard, and Shirahoshi in the flower room. However, Vivi's photo was the only one he took special care of, suggesting that he harbors some unique emotion towards her. Now, speaking of Vivi, who is crucial in all of this, a cover story in episode 610 depicts her undergoing bridal training. In episode 1085, Cinderella, who is Walpole's queen, suspects her of eloping, and her father, King Cobra, mutters something about wishing his daughter would find a suitor. Numerous depictions hinting at marriage are drawn more than necessary. There are mountains of matchmaking photos coming in, Nefertari Cobra. Hehe, throw them away, Nefertari Vivi. In their exchange in episode 823, it's revealed that despite Vivi being highly sought after, she has zero interest in marriage. Plus the scene just before Imu stated he wanted Vivi in episode 1086. Here, King Stelly, the king of the Gao Kingdom, and Sabo's adopted brother, was shown to be infatuated with Vivi's photo. Actually, this depiction is not just showing Vivi's beauty. I want to sit there, as king of the world. I want to sit, King Stelly. In episode 907, Imu, considered to be at the pinnacle of the Celestial Dragons, is seated on the empty throne that Stelly so desires to sit on. In other words, an earlier depiction shows Imu possessing what Stelly desires. Furthermore, in episode 1086, Ivanka's statement hinted that Imu's full name might be Saint Nerona Imu. Since Saint is thought to represent males among celestial dragons, it's likely that Imu is male. From these scenarios, we speculate that just like Stelly found Vivi cute, Imu's feelings towards Vivi might also be romantic in nature. In conclusion, from all the foreshadowing about Vivi and marriage, and finally, Imu's statement about wanting Vivi, we theorize that Imu, the king of the world, is in love with her. Next, let's discuss the second point of evidence, which is about the appearance of Liliy and Vivi. A crucial point in the evidence is in the title Two Peas in a Pod in episode 1023. In the main story, Zoro was said to have a face, sword, and action that mirrored those of Ushimaru, the daimyo of Ringo. So basically Zoro is two peas in a pod, but the cover story drawing Vivi is profound. Looking back, it may suggest that Queen Liliy and Vivi are two peas in a pod. Also, in the SBS volume 105, Zoro's family tree was revealed, and Ushimaru's sister, Fuyu, turned out to be Zoro's grandmother. So Zoro's appearance is not similar to his direct ancestors, his grandparents, but to his grandmother's sibling. And significantly, Vivi also doesn't descend directly from Queen Liliy, but from Lily's brother. So like how Ushimaru is Zoro's ancestral uncle, Liliy is Vivi's ancestral aunt. Therefore, it wouldn't be strange if Vivi, too, resembles her aunt, Queen Liliy, with whom she has a direct blood relation. Furthermore, the silhouette of Queen Liliy in King Cobra's flashback in episode 1084, and the wooden statue of Vivi created at Karoo depicted in episode 579 are remarkably similar. From this, we can also theorize that Imu's affection for Vivi stems from her being two peas in a pod with Queen Lily from the past. Next, let's discuss the third piece of evidence, the mistake on that day made by Lily. Scholars sniffing around the void century as well. Pirates seeking the poneglyph for the treasure as well. Had it not been for Lily's mistake that day, the abominable relic known as a poneglyph would not have been scattered around the world. Imu. From Imu's words in episode 1085, it's hinted that Queen Lily made a big mistake on a certain day, presumably towards the end of the void century. And due to that mistake, the poneglyphs were scattered throughout the world. People with the name D continue to appear. Scholars sniffing around the void century keep emerging, causing inconvenient situations for the world government. From these situations, we envision the state of things as the Battle of the Void Century was coming to an end. It's presumed that the forces of the side of the 20 allied nations were in a state where they could secure humans of the Giant Kingdom, carry out executions, collect and completely dispose of the poneglyphs. And it was said that due to the mistake made by Queen Lily, the poneglyphs were scattered across the world. From this, it's considered that the one managing them was none other than Queen Lily herself. Next, let's move on to the fourth basis, which is all about the exchange between Imu and King Cobra. There is one worst case scenario in this past that has occurred, whether the release of the poneglyphs was really a mistake or if it was intentional. Imu. In episode 1085, Imu, somewhat infuriated, spoke to King Cobra. This doubts the possibility that the release of the poneglyphs was a planned action by Lily. However, on the other hand, even after what must be 800 years, Imu still believes the release of the poneglyphs was strictly a mistake by Lily. The answer should be in Lily's letter that reached Alabasta, Imu. Also, as Imu himself stated in the same episode 1085, despite being a king who never shows himself in public, Imu appeared in front of King Cobra. The purpose was to find out whether Lily's actions 800 years ago were genuinely a mistake or intentional. Considering these circumstances and the high likelihood that Imu has been ruling at the top of the 20 allied nations since 800 years ago, and the possibility discussed in the third basis that Lily was managing the poneglyphs. Taking these into account, it's speculated that it was Imu who ordered Lily to manage the poneglyphs. If indeed Imu had entrusted Lily with an important role related to the poneglyphs, Imu must have trusted Lily quite a bit and felt special emotions towards her. This is because the role related to the poneglyphs is essentially a major one. Furthermore, a failure related to the poneglyphs is a significant blunder from the standpoint of the 20 allied countries. Why wasn't the Nefertari family, who committed such a blunder that would become the trigger for over 800 years of a large-scale feud with the Giant Kingdom, erased by Imu at that time? Imu, being a king who can decide to wipe out the kingdom of Lalacia simply because they are close, using the Mother Flame, is very ruthless. So it wouldn't be strange to erase the Nefertari family, who made a mistake that became the cause of an over 800-year feud with the Giant Kingdom. In other words, Imu couldn't erase him precisely because the one who made the mistake was Lily. Therefore, it is speculated that Imu harbored personal feelings towards Lily. These feelings could have been unrequited love, and hence he might have a crush on Vivi, who is two peas in a pod with Lily, and desires her. Next, let's discuss the fifth basis, the actions taken by Lily. Say the sender's name of the letter left by the queen, Imu. The queen's name was Nefertari Liliy, King Cobra. D. Imu. It was made clear from the exchange between King Cobra and Imu in episode 1085. Imu and the others in the world government did not know for over 800 years or more that the name of Lily contained the letter D. Also, the Nefertari family joined the allied countries 900 years ago when the Void Century began. So it's almost certain that 900 years ago, they were allies of the 20 allied countries and enemies of the Giant Kingdom. Therefore, it is speculated that the D in Nefertari Liliy is a middle name that Lily added to her name later on. If the Nefertari family was a clan like the originally proclaimed D, they would likely have been opposed to the 20 allied countries as a force of the Giant Kingdom from the start. Moreover, if the king of the Nefertari family proclaimed D at some point during the Void Century, they probably wouldn't have their name remaining among the first 20 as traitors. On the other hand, can the name D be adopted posthumously? You might wonder. However, a depiction that hints at the possibility of posthumously adding D is drawn in episode 1085. Shall we do D, Sabo? Sa Debo? Monkey D. Luffy. Yes, Luffy, who now embodies the sun god Nika in his body and spirit, and bears the name D, actually gave D to Sabo in the past. Of course, this can be perceived as a depiction that showed us a past flashback with a comical element, but such a small interaction became a major foreshadowing in One Piece. Moreover, Imu, upon hearing that Lily has D in her name, somewhat narrows his eyes in what seems like a slight disappointment, and mutters D as if he had anticipated this truth to some extent. Then, realizing that Lily was proclaiming D, Emu becomes convinced that Lily had intentionally released the poneglyphs and attacks King Cobra. From all this, it can be inferred that the kings of the Alabasta Kingdom before Queen Lily were undoubtedly fighting against the Giant Kingdom as people on the side of the 20 allied countries. However, Lily, who was the queen of the Alabasta Kingdom at the very end of the Battle of the Void Century, betrayed the allied nations and released the poneglyphs. She resisted Emu, who was in love with her, proclaimed D, which is a symbol of the Giant Kingdom's side, and it is speculated she had a change of heart. Lastly, let's talk about the sixth basis, the etymology of the Nefertari family. So far, it has been speculated that Emu had an unrequited love for Lily in the past, and sees her likeness in Vivi, therefore desires Vivi. Actually, it seems that there is a clear model for Vivi and Lily's lineage, the Nefertari family. The presumed model is Nefertari Merimut, confirmed in the Egyptian history. This Nefertari Merimut was a woman who married the pharaohs Ramesses II of the 19th dynasty of ancient Egypt. Also, since the pharaoh at that time was said to be the incarnation of God, Nefertari, who married the pharaoh, held the title of queen, meaning the wife of a god. Furthermore, although pharaohs at that time are said to have multiple wives, Queen Nefertari was recognized as the highest-ranking queen consort among them. And in the world of OnePiece, if we talk about a god, he refers to Emu, the creator of the world. Queen Lily, who is believed to be depicted on Queen Nefertari as a model. From this, it seems likely that Emu would have an unrequited love for Queen Lily to the extent that he wanted her to be his own queen. However, on the other hand, Ramses II, who actually married Nefertari, is said to have been a person bestowed life by the sun god Ra. Moreover, a stele that described Nefertari is left, and these words were engraved on it: Nefertari Merimut, the sun shines for her, and it gave her life and love. In the world of OnePiece, the sun god refers to Nika, or Joy Boy, and in the modern world, it's a representative word describing Luffy. And actually, Luffy dedicates his life literally to Vivi, who has the name of Nefertari in the Alabasta arc, telling her to risk their lives together. At that time, all the Straw Hat crew loved Vivi. As a result, Luffy and Vivi are bound by an incredibly strong bond, and although she is not on the ship, Vivi is undoubtedly a comrade of the Straw Hat crew. Considering the depictions so far in the historical story about Nefertiti Merimut, who is believed to be the motif for Vivi and Lily, the following past can be considered. That is, in the era when the 100-year battle is coming to an end, Lily, the queen serving the Alabasta Kingdom, and Emu fell in love with Queen Lily at first sight and had unrequited love. However, Lily felt uncomfortable with the ideology of domination that Emu and the 20 allied countries held, so she contacted Joy Boy, who was on the Giant Kingdom side, sympathized with Joy Boy's free thinking, and decided to defect. Then Lily somehow asked Emu, who was infatuated with her, to entrust her with the management of the poneglyphs and the people related to the Giant Kingdom. And Emu, who listened to the wish of the woman who had unrequited love for, entrusted the management of the poneglyphs to Lily. As a result, Lily achieved the release related to the poneglyphs and the people of the Giant Kingdom without being noticed for her betrayal, pretending it was a mistake. She declared that she would return to the Alabasta Kingdom, telling others about the blunder and saying she could not become a celestial dragon. She left only a short letter so as to not trouble the Alabasta Kingdom. Without conveying its meaning, she connected it to the future generations to protect the poneglyphs until the day the coming era arrives. So far, Emu had unrequited love for Lily 800 years ago but could not have her. Thus, it is speculated that he desires Vivi, who is believed to resemble Lily. However, concluding so raises a significant question. That is, why wasn't Titi sufficient? This is because Vivi's beauty was said to be two peas in a pod with her mother, Nefertiti Titi. Therefore, if Vivi and Lily look alike, it would mean Titi and Lily also look alike, and it would seem like Titi would have been sufficient. However, to state the conclusion first, is because Vivi inherits more of Queen Lily's blood and was born as the princess of the Nefertari family. It's thought to be because she has a deep connection with Luffy, who is called the modern Joy Boy. The basis for this is the relationship between Titi and Vivi, and secondly, the time of Joy Boy's return. First, let's talk about the first basis, which is the relationship between Titi and Vivi. This is just like the queen of yesteryears, Princess Vivi, Igaram. Indeed, exactly. Nefertari Cobra. As is clear from the exchange between Igaram and King Cobra in episode 215, Vivi and Titi have similar appearances, so much so that the two, who knew Titi when she was alive, acknowledge it. Also in the theater version, Filmstrong World's Entrance Bonus Volume 0, the young Titi's appearance is depicted, Her appearance was so similar that the readers at that time mistook her for Vivi. Therefore, if Vivi looks like Lily, it can be said it's a result of inheriting TT's blood, but there's a contradiction here. That's because explaining that Vivi looks like Lily because she is of the Nefertari family bloodline is an easy story. However, since TT married King Cobra and became a person of the Nefertari family, TT looking like Lily should not happen genetically. However, the key to resolving this contradiction is the action of Queen Lily, who did not return to Alabasta. Queen Lily did not return to Alabasta and left a short letter to her brother. In other words, she lived somewhere else other than the Alabasta kingdom even after leaving Mary Giossi. And if Lily lived somewhere, there's a high possibility she left descendants. Therefore, from the hypothesis that TT looks like Lily, it's speculated that Nefertari TT is a descendant of Lily, who lived somewhere without returning to the Alabasta kingdom. And TT, by coincidence, married Cobra, the prince of the Nefertari family. Vivi, born between TT, who carries Lily's blood, and Cobra of the royal bloodlines of the Nefertari family. In both situation and position, she is in an existence that resembles Lily at that time. So compared to TT, who is not originally a princess, it can be said that Vivi is in existence closer to Lily. Next, let's talk about the second basis, the times when Joy Boy returns. It's a story more than 20 years ahead. A gigantic battle, probably enough to divide the Great Sea, will occur in the world. In other words, after 20 more years, the main players of the gigantic battle will push into the new world, Kozoku Odin. As Odin predicted in episode 972, Whitebeard, who heard the story from Roger, who knew everything in the world, knew the situation. Those who reached Raftel and knew everything about the world all predict the appearance of Joy Boy next, and that a gigantic battle will occur. Also, Sengoku showed a frustrated expression when he heard Whitebeard's words. From this, people in the world government, especially those in the upper echelons, know that a gigantic battle will occur. Also, from Ivankov's talk in episode 1086, it was hinted that Imu had undergone ageless surgery by the Ope Ope fruit. Therefore, it can be considered that Imu also knows everything about what's happening 800 years ago and the world. In other words, like Whitebeard, Odin, and Sengoku, he is foreseeing that a gigantic battle will occur. As evidence, one of the 5 elders, Saint Shepherd Jupiter, said in episode 1086, "The long battle reaches its end, Saint Shepherd Jupiter." This means they will annihilate the forces of Joy Boy's side in the coming gigantic battle. And coincidentally, in the era when Joy Boy's successor, Luffy, appeared, Vivi, who looked just like Lily and was born as a princess of the Nefertari family, also appeared. Furthermore, Luffy, who inherited Joy Boy, has a deep relationship with Vivi through the Alabasta incident. In other words, it can be said that they are in a situation that is very similar to what happened 800 years ago. Therefore, is Imu trying to settle the grudge from 800 years ago by taking Vivi, who has a deep relationship with the modern Joy Boy, into his own hands? Even on the official OnePiece YouTube channel home banner, Vivi is designed in a way that suggests she is a comrade of the Straw Hat crew. And on the corner of volume 22, Vivi is depicted as if she was a member of the Straw Hat crew, and that Saba was told by King Cobra to convey a message to both Vivi and Luffy. From this, there's a high possibility that a reunion between Vivi and Luffy and the others will be depicted in the future, and a battle between Imu and the Straw Hat crew erupts over Vivi. Won't Luffy and Vivi, the 2 Ds, who are the reincarnation of Joy Boy and Lily, and bear the history of several hundred years, cause a gigantic battle? I've been considering it like this, but what do you all think? That's all for today. This channel posts summaries, explanations, and ranking videos related to One Piece. If you like One Piece, we'd be happy if you could support us by subscribing to our channel and commenting. Thank you for watching till the end. See you in the next video.